Silence has often been regarded as a powerful form of communication, capable of conveying depth and meaning without the need for words. However, in the face of pressing issues and injustices that persist in today's world, the notion that silence is enough is increasingly being challenged. This essay explores the limitations of silence as a response to societal challenges, emphasizing the importance of vocal advocacy in fostering positive change. From human rights violations to environmental degradation, silence is not a neutral stance. It can inadvertently contribute to the perpetuation of systemic issues. Therefore, individuals and communities must recognize the inadequacy of silence and embrace the responsibility of using their voices to address and rectify these challenges. Silence, when used deliberately, can be a powerful tool for contemplation, reflection, and personal growth. However, its application as a response to societal issues has inherent limitations. In the face of injustice, discrimination, and inequality, silence can be misconstrued as complicity or indifference. For instance, historical movements such as civil rights, gender equality, and LGBTQ+ rights have been propelled forward not by the silence of the oppressed, but by their collective voices demanding change. In the realm of human rights, the failure to speak out against atrocities can contribute to the perpetuation of violence and oppression. The international community has witnessed instances where governments and individuals turned a blind eye to genocide, ethnic cleansing, and human rights abuses, citing political convenience or fear of reprisal. Such instances underscore the imperative of vocal advocacy in holding perpetrators accountable and fostering a culture of human rights protection. Environmental challenges provide another critical context where silence is inadequate. The degradation of ecosystems, climate change, and biodiversity loss demand active engagement and vocal advocacy. The consequences of environmental degradation are far-reaching, affecting communities, economies, and future generations. To combat these issues, individuals and organizations must speak out against destructive practices, advocate for sustainable policies, and promote environmental conservation. Vocal advocacy encompasses a range of activities, from speaking out against injustice to actively promoting positive change through public discourse and engagement. In the digital age, social media platforms and online spaces provide powerful avenues for individuals to amplify their voices and reach global audiences. Activists, influencers, and ordinary citizens alike can leverage these platforms to raise awareness, build communities, and mobilize support for various causes. One of the key advantages of vocal advocacy is its ability to challenge existing narratives and bring marginalized voices to the forefront. In many instances, systemic issues persist because those in power control the narrative, silencing dissent and maintaining the status quo. By speaking out, individuals can disrupt these narratives, expose injustices, and create space for alternative perspectives. Vocal advocacy also plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion and influencing policy decisions. Whether through grassroots movements, public demonstrations, or lobbying efforts, individuals and groups can sway public sentiment and pressure policymakers to address pressing issues. Recent examples, such as the youth-led climate strikes and movements for racial justice, demonstrate the impact of vocal advocacy in mobilizing communities and catalyzing systemic change. The phrase "silence is complicity" encapsulates the idea that failing to speak out against injustice implicitly supports and perpetuates the status quo. In instances where individuals possess privilege or influence, their silence can be particularly damaging. The concept extends beyond personal beliefs or intentions to acknowledge the broader societal implications of remaining silent in the face of wrongdoing. Consider the issue of systemic racism. Silence from individuals who benefit from racial privilege can contribute to the perpetuation of discriminatory systems. To dismantle such systems, it is not enough to be non-racist. One must actively strive to be anti-racist, which includes using one's voice to challenge and change discriminatory practices. Similarly, in the realm of social justice, gender equality, and LGBTQ+ rights, silence can reinforce harmful stereotypes and discriminatory practices. Advocacy for inclusivity and equal rights requires vocal support to challenge societal norms and promote a more equitable and just society. Fear and apathy often contribute to silence in the face of societal challenges. Individuals may fear backlash, social ostracism, or even physical harm for speaking out against prevailing norms or powerful entities. Additionally, a sense of apathy, feeling overwhelmed or convinced that individual actions won't make a difference, can lead to passive acceptance of the status quo. To overcome these barriers, it is essential to recognize the collective power of voices united in pursuit of positive change. Movements throughout history, from the civil rights era to contemporary social justice movements, highlight the transformative impact of individuals overcoming fear and apathy to speak out against injustice. Encouraging open dialogue, fostering empathy, and creating supportive communities can help individuals find the courage to use their voices for meaningful change. Vocal advocacy is most effective when it recognizes and addresses the intersectionality of social issues. Intersectionality acknowledges that individuals may face multiple forms of discrimination or disadvantage based on their race, gender, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, and other factors. An inclusive and intersectional approach to advocacy ensures that the voices of all individuals are heard and that solutions address the complex, interconnected nature of societal challenges. For example, a movement advocating for gender equality must consider the unique challenges faced by women of color, LGBTQ+ individuals, and those with disabilities. By acknowledging and addressing these intersecting factors, advocacy becomes more nuanced, comprehensive, and capable of creating meaningful change. Individuals who hold privilege, whether based on race, gender, socioeconomic status, or other factors, bear a unique responsibility in the realm of vocal advocacy. Privilege affords individuals certain advantages and opportunities, but it also comes with the moral obligation to use that privilege to uplift marginalized voices and challenge systemic injustices. Using one's privilege to amplify the voices of the oppressed, advocate for equitable policies, and actively participate in dismantling discriminatory systems is a fundamental aspect of responsible citizenship. Recognizing and leveraging privilege in the service of justice contributes to the collective effort to create a more inclusive and equitable society. In conclusion, the belief that silence is enough in the face of societal challenges is a fallacy that must be confronted. Silence can inadvertently contribute to the perpetuation of injustice, inequality, and environmental degradation. Vocal advocacy, on the other hand, has the power to disrupt harmful narratives, shape public opinion, and drive systemic change. It is a responsibility that individuals, communities, and privileged individuals must embrace to address the pressing issues of our time. Overcoming fear and apathy, adopting an intersectional approach, and recognizing the responsibility of privilege are essential steps toward fostering a culture of vocal advocacy. As history has shown, positive change is often driven by the collective voices of those who refuse to remain silent in the face of injustice. In a world where silence is not enough, let our voices resonate as a force for justice, equality, and positive transformation.